Hello, friends, and welcome to your Monday edition of the Daily Transmission. It is Monday, March 20th, 2023. And let me know how you are when you arrive and where you are. I am 4 minutes late and I'm dressed like this. And it is a Pisces moon. So I give y'all full Mama Capricorn permission to just like take the day off. Like it's a throwaway. Pisces moon days are just the worst. I mean, I'm sure that's not true for everyone, and that's one of the things that I love about observing astrology through patterns, is that you can see like what days are on days for you and what days are just not. Like I don't even have to guess what's I know that we have a new moon in Aries tomorrow, so I know that the moon's in Pisces. Like I have that recognition. Hey, good morning. But yeah, so I know that. Like I know that we have an Aries moon going on this weekend. I know that we have just like so much. So I couldn't not come live today because I feel like we have just even to give you like a like brace yourselves, y'all, because this week is like one of the most major astrological weeks, I don't know, I feel like that I've ever witnessed. So there's a lot to unpack. We will not unpack it all today. We will glaze over it today, but I don't know. I think that mostly what I want to give to you today is this, right? Is this like observe your patterns, observe without even necessarily attaching anything to astrology at first, just like track your energy for 3 months, 6 months, and you will start to see patterns. You will start to notice, oh, there are like every time the moon's in Pisces, I've got no energy, just like no bullshit, nothing to give. I'm tired. Usually I'll have nightmares, which like I woke up in the middle of the night last night to like a supreme, like just a crazy nightmare. Like I can vividly remember the whole thing even now. And I woke up in the middle of the night just like absolutely sobbing. Only when the moon is in Pisces. Just has happened to me. So anyway, I just encourage you to like make note of things like that, because without even you attaching anything to astrology, or like, oh, like what does this mean for me, or like what is Pluto and Aquarius gonna do. I think that one of the most beautiful things really about astrology is being able to kind of not like someone, we were talking about this at YTT yesterday, because I'm like, meteorology is like a wizard science. Like how did they know it was going to be cold yesterday? It just like blows my mind. And like, what did people do before they had meteorologists to tell them like that it was going to be cold outside? Because no Floridian in March would be like, oh yeah, let me bring a sweater. And someone was like, oh yeah, like meteorology and astrology are kind of that way, is that they're not exact sciences, but that they're sciences that are based on statistics, that's what astrology is. It's math and statistics. And it is being able to show you how like things repeat over time. And then how to work with that. Like personally for me, like as I mentioned, knowing that the moon is in Pisces, like I could have very easily scheduled today as the first day of our group call in Audacity to Ascend, because it's, the sun is entering Aries today. It's technically the beginning of our new astrological year. But I know that when the moon's in Pisces, I don't want to do anything. Like, I don't want to talk to anybody. Like, I barely want to do this, if I'm being honest. Like, I barely want to do this. So with that said, this is something that, I would just encourage you to like be kind to yourself and to like honor the way that your body is feeling. That's one of the things that I think I love the most about yoga is, you know, because I've tried all kinds of different exercises, all kinds of different like fitness routines or like whatever. I've had personal trainers, I've done cardio and the whole thing. And y'all, I just don't like militant energy, or I don't like people pushing me, because I push myself all the time. I push myself plenty. Okay. I love yoga because it's a place for me to learn my limit and for me to honor wherever that limit is in that moment, because that line changes. It moves forward, it moves backward. Some days I can pull an incredible crow, you know, just like so strong, like, yes. And some days I'm wobbly and my wrists feel weak and like, no, I'm gonna just take like a squat, you know? And that's the way that I really see, especially the lunar patterns of astrology, is that it's a really great tool for being able to just knock off this day on your calendar every month and be like, you know what, this is my day off. Like, I don't care when it falls. I don't care if it's in the middle of the week. I don't care if it is on the weekend. No, this is like the day that I'm going to give myself permission to do the least. Because I know that I'm not going to feel the same way tomorrow. And if I push myself through today, anything that I actually produce today is not going to be great. And that's just the truth. So let's give a quick preview for the week ahead. Oh, wait, let me move. So I'm on Twitch, y'all know. And then I will upload this later as well to YouTube, if that is something that you want to take a look at, if you want to look at my screen, but it's not really super necessary. It just depends on how you like to learn. So Aries season begins this evening, or at least for those of us here on the East Coast, right? Around 5:30. But we've got the moon in Pisces today. Now, one of the things that I wanted to like make note of is that we've got Venus coming in a conjunction with North Node today. And today, tomorrow, because it depends on your calculation, whether you're using the like true node or just the moon's node. So, but it's, I mean, you can see here, if you're looking at my screen, we've got it, the moon's node today, right at 10:30. And then we've got the other one tomorrow. And so they're, I mean, we've got, this one is the true node, and you can see that because it's got the little T in here, see? And so this one would just be considered North Node. Again, they're very, I mean, it's a negligible difference. So, but Venus coming in conjunction with North Node, okay? A couple of weeks ago, we had Venus, Cazimi, or right, Venus and Jupiter all together. And there was this moment where we were being like called to recognize what it is that we want, where it is that we want to go, like a reassessment of our values. There's been a huge influence on like healing that. Like, am I allowed to have this? Like, what is the point of this? What is the purpose of this? Like, can I step into this? So with Venus coming into conjunction with North Node now it's like activated, right? So if you've been feeling a call of service, if you've been feeling a call to make a change, that may be feeling like even more like urgent today, and especially this week, because we've got, again, just so much going on. It's not every day that we start a sign, and especially the astrological new year, because the signs, it starts in Aries, so it's like the first astrological sign, so it's technically like solar new year tomorrow or today. But we also have, what is it? It's not even tomorrow. Am I crazy? No, there it is. All right, we've got our new moon in Aries. Y'all, this is, again, like just not an everyday occurrence that we have the sun moving into Aries. We've got the new moon in Aries. This is all like signifying a time to begin again, start over, fucking let's go. It's springtime. Like that's what this is. But where I'm trying to like move forward until we hear it should be on the next day. Here we go. Pluto enters Aquarius. Ooh, y'all, I have been waiting for this, and I'm even like a little bit like white knuckling the moment. I'm going to be honest with you, because again, Pluto transits, I'm going to be talking about this probably all week, and who knows, probably for like a long time. I definitely have a post coming on Substack, so keep your eyes open for that. But Pluto entering Aquarius, Pluto does not change signs all the time. Like when we talk about generational divides and like people being of different generations, you know, millennials, whatever, a much better way to pinpoint like what a generation is focused on, or like what their role is in revolutionizing or like changing society in some way. Pluto placements, right? So I think it's super fascinating that Pluto's home planet being, Pluto's home sign being Scorpio, that's the least amount of time it spends in any of the signs. Like there's only, I think like 11 and a half years of us. And so I'm in the Pluto and Scorpio generation. We are here to tidal wave this shit, right? We are here to burn it down, to do the cleansing, to do the changing. And anyway, I just think that it's really fascinating to see. This is where you really want to pull up like statistics in astrology. This is where you really want to like check out patterns. Because again, Pluto's transits are long. You will never live to see a Pluto return. You will never even live to see a Pluto opposition, right? So when we're talking about, or you shouldn't anyway, but we have Pluto entering Aquarius this week on Thursday. This is something that's going to be, we've got kind of a preview window even, I would say, because we've only got this happening until June. And I said, y'all, I said in my 2023 preview party, I said in March, we were going to see some shit go down with money, and probably in June too. Now, the reason that I say this is because we're not done with the Pluto and Capricorn cycle yet. We've only got, this is a 3-month preview window that it's going to be at like 0 degrees Aquarius, like, and then it's going to go retrograde back into Capricorn. Pluto entered Capricorn in 2008. Now, I don't know about you, but when I think of 2008, the first thing that comes to mind is bank collapses and the financial crisis and the housing crisis. And so when we finish out Pluto transits, we're usually coming back to look again at what was going on at the beginning. Now, when we think about the sign of Capricorn, which, hello, I'm very familiar with, when we're talking about it in this context, Pluto being in Capricorn, this has been changing and revolutionizing the face of what it means to be like a big organization. Capricorn is like power structures, the people in power, the like organization of power, right? So we're talking about like government, things like that. And so, I mean, in this whole like 2008 to now, like we've had, yes, this is, you can point directly to banks and money and the government as like a point of, you know, astrological relevance. But I think that it's also like interesting to see things like Me Too, and just like as Pluto moves into Aquarius, the energy is more about power to the people, right? That's the general like phrasing that astrologers have been applying to this, because that's what it is. When you go back in time to the last time that Pluto was leaving Capricorn and entering Aquarius, this was the beginning of the American Revolution, the French Revolution, the invention of the guillotine. I always bring that up because I think it is a very Pluto and Aquarius invention, because it was only invented for like the rich and powerful. And so I don't think that anybody's going to be pulling out any guillotines. I mean, I hope not. But I do think that this would be a really good time for you to examine your relationship to power and power structures and any internalized ideas that you still have about not being enough or not being good enough or needing to prove yourself, needing to whatever, put in the, because I just think when I think of about like old paradigm Capricorn, I think about like, you haven't earned it yet, right? Or like you need to do like an unpaid internship first. And it's like, but why? It's like, you haven't earned your dues yet, you know? And so it's all about the hierarchy, where Aquarius is very much like not interested in the hierarchy. It's very much about like, what are you bringing to the table and how does that add value to the collective? And are you also like taking good ass care of yourself and being served by the collective? So there's so many things that we're going to get to witness over the next 3-ish months, and even over the next like year or so. And I don't know, I'm again not a doom and gloom astrologer, not a toxic positivity astrologer, just an astrologer who wants to give you a heads up, give you something to contemplate. But we have all week to talk about that, and really 3 months to talk about that. And your girl is tired because it is a Pisces moon day. These are not my days. And so I'm going to go sit on my couch and watch Married at First Sight, a 90-Day Fiance, and do some writing and not talking to anybody. And I will see y'all tomorrow for the next edition of the transmission. For those who are in Audacity to Ascend, I'm so excited to see you tomorrow. And yeah, y'all, I just hope you have a stellar day and make great choices. And I will see you for tomorrow's transmission.